Financial G-Spot. I'm Robin Crane. This is a follow-up episode with some family members. I have my brother Alan here and his fiancé. They just recently got engaged, so I brought them out here because they have some questions just about, I don't know, their nuptials and money. And I'm actually...
And financial G-Spots. We have a lot of questions about that.
Lots of questions about how to find it. My brother has a lot of challenges. I have no idea. So anyway... He usually cringes when I say that. So
not on camera. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out there.
Let's get it out there. So typically, I work with couples oftentimes before they get married, while they're married, and oftentimes so that they don't get divorced. So I'm glad we're having this conversation now and not 10 or 20 years into your marriage when the...
Oh, please. We got 3 or 4 years tops.
problems arise. So thanks for coming on.
Thanks. By the way, this is Brian.
I didn't say Brian.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. So we have a couple. My fiance. We have some questions for you as a money relationship expert. Yes. Our question is. My question is. What do couples typically do to kind of combine their finances, or what do they keep normally separate? And we have no idea what's kind of typical for people our age in their early 30s.
Well, I will answer that question with the question. What do you want to do?
We had a great idea.
What do you want to do and what do you want to do?
Well, we already solved this problem, but we wanted to see if you had any solutions.
Well, your test is going right back to you.
Oh, gosh.
No, I'll give you an answer to that. Well, the answer is that it really depends.
Okay.
And that's why I want to ask you how you feel about it, because for me, I like having our money just together. I just our money is our money. I don't have my money. He doesn't have his money.
When you got married, you just combined all your accounts?
Yeah, we did. So, I have some accounts, my retirement accounts that are in my name, or certain things that were in my name. I didn't change over necessarily. But what's most important is that you have total transparency of the finances, because if you're going to have this life together and you're going to last, so money doesn't end up ruining your relationship, you have to know what's going on. Whether or not you keep separate accounts or you have everything joint is more important about how you feel and how that's gonna work with you guys. So what are your thoughts about it? Tell me first.
Well, I'm unemployed and living month to month, and my fiance
you lucky
here,
girl.
She's independently wealthy and doesn't have to work. So we are
which
just
is not the case at all.
Oh, please, honey, show him the diamond earrings.
Alan.
No, I'm just kidding. We both make about the same amount of money, and one idea that we had was tell them, dear.
So the night after we got engaged, we were having dinner,
which was a week ago.
A week ago.
Lots happened during this last week.
So we went out to dinner. We went. The bill came, and we thought, should we split it?
Yeah.
So normally when we'll go out to dinner, we either split the bill, or Alan might say, I'll get this one, and next time I'll pay. I was waiting for a comment that you're going to say to
She usually slides the check on over to me.
No, that's not true. No, but normally we split it, and we try to make it pretty equal, we're both very comfortable with that.
Are you keeping, because I used to do this, so especially for my brother here, do you keep a tally in your head, about how much you've paid and about how much she's paid? Has it ever been
sometimes. If it's just a little here and there, it's not that big a deal. But now
you kind of know.
We've never had tension over money. Actually, I think that's one thing.
Yeah, we've already hit that financial G-spot.
Yes, because I think we make about a similar salary.
And also, I think our philosophies about spending money are very similar too.
So that's actually...
Which, by the way, I know that's one thing Alan mentioned to me before, is that, before you got engaged even, he said, I really like one of the many things he really likes about you.
There's 3.
Is that you're very similar on how you think and how you spend money.
Yes, yeah. So when we went to go pay for dinner that night, we thought, should we split it? And then we thought, wouldn't it be great if we got a couple's card,
a credit
card that we can use to every time we're together and we split, go out to dinner, go to the movies, even pay bills, pay for our storage unit, whatever it is that we're going to be splitting anyway. If we could put that on a credit card, and at the end of each month we'll just reconcile and each pay half, that would be good.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, what I like is kind of to start with something that works for you both. If you're gonna go out to dinner, I mean, you're doing so much together anyway. You guys, what's great about you guys, you go on trips and you have so much fun. I'm sure you're just racking up the bills doing all that traveling. But if you have your joint account, you can have your joint credit card, and also you can each put in a certain amount every single month. Either you just split it in half and pay it at the end of the month, or you can also just start a joint account, like a joint checking account. You each put a certain amount in there every single month, and then just use that card and then have it come out of that account.
Oh, and Ryan also coined the term couples card. The
Couples card.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can take that, put that in your book.
For free.
Thank
For
you.
free.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
really awesome.
And I just love that it was called the couples card. Like we were
Yeah,
saying there.
so we haven't.
the couples card.
Yeah, put it on the couples
Charge
card,
it.
honey. Do you have the couples
We haven't gotten one yet, but we have been looking at different credit cards, and as you mentioned, because we travel so much, we were trying to think of getting a card that would be good in terms of reward points for travel and things like that to help pay for some of these vacations that we go on.
Yeah,
Which is another question that we have. What when it comes to getting a credit card, what do you recommend?
As far as what?
As far
Joint,
as something with an annual fee, something
Oh.
with a cash back, something with travel points, like what? Because we were reading, Ryan's been reading a lot of articles about it, and like different places recommend different credit cards. But as a financial relationship expert, I was curious what credit card you endorse.
Oh, well, I don't endorse any credit cards. Thank you for asking. But when we come back, I will maybe answer that question. You're watching the Financial G-Spot. More to come with my bro and my sister-to-be. I'm Robin Crane on the Whatever It Takes Network, and I'll see you after this break. Welcome back. You're watching the Financial G-Spot. And here I am with my brother Alan, his new fiancé, Ryan, my sister-in-law to be, and they have this new great term called the couples card. Awesome.
Copyright.
They're looking at how to bring their money together, what they should bring together, what they shouldn't, if they should have joint accounts or separate accounts. And then just before the break, Alan asked me what kind of card you should get
Yeah,
for
that's
your
something that
couples card.
we're trying to figure out is like what's the best credit card for us to get as a newly fiancé couple.
Well, I know for me and my husband, we definitely like to get the benefits, So if you don't have, and this is very important, if you don't have problems with your credit, meaning sometimes people get a credit card and then they just go spending crazy, especially, if you get
We don't have that problem.
Yeah, you don't have that problem. So they go crazy spending, and you just cannot give them a credit card or it's just gone, right? Their credit's down the tube and it's just a problem. But if you don't have that challenge, which I hope you don't, then credit cards are great because you can actually reap the benefits of the benefits.
The benefits of the benefits.
It's
super
awesome.
helpful.
Yeah. So we like it when you get like miles. All of our cards have miles. We like as little as possible, like as far as fees go, paying the littlest amount. So some of them you have to pay $75 or $100 a year or something, so that you do get 20,000 miles to start or something like that. So I think that's great because especially you guys love to travel. You can pick a card on an airline that you really like. But what's most important is really that you figure out like what is the dynamic going to be with your money. So we started talking about the couples card, and what do you think you're going to do based on kind of what we just talked about?
Get a couples card.
And would you like the idea of getting a joint account or each putting money in?
Maybe a joint account that we could put some money in, but I think we're going to plan on staying with our separate accounts, right?
So
and then maybe there could be a joint account that we put into or
so what do you think? I mean, this is all very new. Mm-hmm. So right now it kind of sounds like baby steps, like you want to start. But
yeah, it is all very new. I mean, I think probably before we get married, we would probably get some sort of joint bank account for if we get wedding presents and things like that. That it would go into.
Right.
And once you're married, how do you envision it? I mean, do you think you would keep separate accounts, or do you have like a main account, and then you'd keep all your big money that he doesn't have access to?
I don't know. I think
we really haven't thought about it. Yeah, that's why I was curious
yet.
what your take would be. But you basically said transparency and
Yeah,
Which I think we're very
yeah.
transparent right now. which
One
is
thing
good.
I know a
You're
lot
very
of people
transparent.
ask me too is about just as far as your credit goes, that if you get joint cards and if you only have joint cards that's just in one of your social security numbers, then it's hard to like maintain a good credit score for the other person. So
oh yeah,
you
we
do
actually
have-
don't even know. Like Ryan was asking me the other day, can you get a credit card with two people's names on it and things like that? I mean, we've never had any sort of joint bank account or joint credit
Yeah,
card.
you can definitely get one with both names, but it's usually going to be in like one social.
Okay, so it'll be connected to
Okay.
one person's credit, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
as far as
and
I
we
know.
actually
And
both
I'm not
have
a credit
I think we both
specialist.
have good
Perfect credit. Excellent credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of curious of what's going to happen like down the line. Like, and I know you don't know all the answers to it, but for me, when we got engaged, like things changed. Like, I definitely felt like, okay, now it's kind of us together, not just me and him and his money and my money. And we started thinking about that too.
When did you join all your finances?
Well, I mean, I think we definitely got joint accounts when we got engaged, for sure. And then I think it just gradually.
This was after you were married, you kind of
Yeah,
started
once
to
we were
just
married,
put
everything.
in one.
Yeah, but it wasn't like now that you're asking, it was more like I thought of all my money as our money and his money as our money. So I did have for a while. I still had some accounts that were just in my name. But
Now,
some
let me
people
ask you-
like
sorry.
I was just gonna say some people are like, oh well, it seems weird if we join all our money and then I go shopping and it's on our card or our money. And
Right.
how do I get him a gift? And
Yeah,
that sort of
that's-
thing.
yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, we just never really worried about that. Like even though I still had some separate accounts, it was just kind of convenient. But I still used our joint account when I shopped for him for a birthday present. Like
Right.
it just.
It's more about the thought that counts and not
Yeah,
the
that's
money.
but that's me. But some people really like it to come from their money, so that's why it's hard to give such a specific and one-dimensional answer because it really is how you feel about it and what's important to you. You know.
What if one person makes like a drastically different amount of money than the other person? Is there sometimes resentment or?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question because what happens when are you gonna keep working when you I know you guys want to have kids pretty early on,
Yeah.
and then that might change very quickly.
Right.
Right.
It's true.
I have some clients that
Because you mean the baby will be working too?
yeah, definitely. What? So-
I'm sorry, we need the income. We live in New York City.
Yeah. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. Great. That's good.
Sorry, you were saying.
No, I have clients where let's say in this case the husband was a breadwinner making a lot of money, and the wife once she had kids basically never worked again, and she was really in charge of spending, making the spending decisions more, and he would make the money and she would spend the money, but then there was this really a lot of tension because she felt guilty because she was just spending and not really knowing what was going on with what was coming in, and then he felt like she was overspending. So again, I go back to transparency and understanding kind of the other person's rules and expectations. Mm-hmm. So it's great that you're talking about this now and having the conversation and really getting out those things that are way into the future, to start to have the conversation about it so it's not like a shock. Maybe you expect her to work all throughout, baby rearing years. Maybe you're going to be a stay-at-home dad. God
Absolutely.
forbid. Just kidding. You're going to be a great dad.
Thanks.
So yeah, just getting it all out on the table and understanding expectations.
Great.
What else you got? What else you got?
Oh, we got some. I got another topic. Can
Yes.
we move on to another topic?
Yeah, we got another minute, so put it out there and then we'll tease them to come
All
back.
right. Paying for a wedding.
All
Gulp.
right, so
Um,
just tell us real quick what your biggest concern is.
Weddings are very expensive. That's my biggest concern.
Okay.
Yeah, I think where we both have an idea of what kind of wedding we like, maybe like a dream wedding, and then the realities of what weddings cost and who pays for those costs.
Okay, so
When we come back.
we'll talk all about that. So again, I'm Robin Crane here with my brother Alan, sister-in-law to be, Ryan. You're watching the Financial G-Spot on the Whatever It Takes Network, and we'll see you in just a minute. watching my brother make out with his fiance on the financial G-spot. Apparently, he's trying to find it. So, so we're talking about the wedding. So they just got engaged, if you're just tuning in here, a week ago, and had some questions about the wedding. Before we go into that, I just want to give you guys some positive feedback here. Besides the making out, that was disgusting.
Sorry, we're newly engaged.
Well, your lips are still a little wet. So the 4 keys which you're going to get at richerrelationship.com are as follows, and here's what you guys are doing great. So the first key is clarity. Now, I mentioned this, what's really important for you guys to figure out what to do, even with the credit cards, and same with the wedding, is to get clarity. Clarity about your resources, you know, how much you have, and definitely having transparency, like total transparency of the finances. So in regards to your life, your relationship, your money, clarity means like, so you guys now can start, like, I don't know how much you know about each other's money already, but really have a clear picture. Actually have something called the money mask, which is how much you make, spend, and keep. So it's basically putting down on paper.
What's the A?
Mask. M-A. Mask.
That's
yeah.
misc? The money misc?
Money mask.
Okay.
Make, spend, and keep. So you guys can start that right now, like starting to track every month, like how much, Alan, you make, how much you make, and just having transparency of that. How much you spend. So if you guys are spending things together, you can have categories and show where that money is coming from. If you're spending separate, not to judge each other or to, you know, blame each other, but just having total transparency that, oh, you know, this is where your money is going, this is where your money is going, this is where your joint money is going. Very nice. And then you'll see how much you guys keep at the end of the month, and maybe you'll discover new things about each other. I mean, I often teach these money types, so you can learn about the money types also on my website. But you want to see like what kind of patterns you guys tend to run and be able to talk about that. I'm not going to go into them right now, but so that's really clarity, and you guys can start getting clear in regards to the wedding. You can get clear about what are your resources, like who's going to give you money if you're going to get money from anyone in the family, how much are they going to give you, and it's okay to ask those questions. And then how much do you guys want to even spend, like if you're going to share the costs. And it's really figuring out what is appropriate for you. Like, what have you figured out so far?
Well, we don't want to get too into that personal information, but we've had those kind of conversations, and
Right.
we've
I
had
think-
some.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit stressful too. I mean, we're starting to talk
Right.
more and communicate more about that.
And I think we're needing to really look into different venues, pricing things out to get a real handle of what we're actually looking at. And then go from there, and what seems out of reach, what seems doable. But I think for us at this point, we don't know how much a wedding costs, so kind of trying to get a handle of what we're really
This is
going to be
her
dealing
first
with.
wedding.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're 7?
7.
Lucky 7. It's lucky.
Lucky number 7.
Judaism.
We'll see if this one sticks.
Well, and that all goes back to clarity, because it's, I know a lot of people will say when it comes to their wedding, or we can't afford this, or we can't afford that, and really it's just about a choice, you know, everything, and this is a great way to start, you know, your long-term relationship, is just thinking of everything as a choice. Like, you guys could, you know, sell your apartment and have a huge wedding, so it's always a choice. Probably
Yep.
not appropriate, probably not the best idea for your financial future.
No, we should sell my apartment. Write that down.
But really just looking at things like it's a choice, and what is most important to us, and like for us, I know
We've had those kind of conversations too, and actually I think I've said something very similar, where it's not we can't afford this or we can't afford that, it's that how much do we want to spend, and
Right.
what do we want
Right.
our wedding to be like, and what's important and what's not.
And you had said during the break, well, you know, I think we need to have a budget first. I'm not a big fan of budgets, because I feel like a budget is very restrictive, but having like clarity about what's out there first, I think is fine too. So you can do it either way. You can say, well, look, this is just, it's important to us, but we really only want to spend X amount, regardless of whether we get it from family, or X amount of our money. So you could kind of have a budget, or you can kind of decide, oh, well, these things are most important to us. It's going to be destination. We're going to have our friends there, and now you can start looking at like what's available to you and what the prices are, and then go backwards. Like, is this appropriate for us? Is it worth it for us? And that goes into the second key, which you guys are very good at, which is communication. So being open about it, talking about it, transparent about that as well. Just not just about what you want to do, but how you feel. You know, when you get that anxiety or you get, you know, worried about something, just being totally open about it. Which I know you never get anxious about anything.
Me? No, nothing bothers me ever.
So, yes, never. Nothing ever in our family. Now they've met the whole family, so they're except for
Mark's been
Mark.
on the show?
Not yet. Next up, my brother. So let me give you the last two keys, and then see if you have any other questions.
Do you give away like a free keychain? Put all these keys on?
Yes,
You
for
should.
you, one person will get that free keychain. My
Just
brother.
me, all right.
It's going to be this big, and it's going to say the financial G-spot on it, just
Oh,
to make
great,
you
and I
feel
have to wear it on my
extremely
belt?
uncomfortable. Yeah. So third key is creation. So when it comes to your financial plan for your life, I'm not talking about investing necessarily, but really to create a plan. Like get your goals like on the table. What do you want? What do you want? What's important for you both? So you're just really clear and open about what the other person wants. I know we were out with your sister yesterday, and you mentioned that it was important to her to send her kids to private school, but not important necessarily to her husband. So they worked something out that worked for them. So those are things that
Homeschool.
are great to talk about, to figure out. And then the last key, so that you can get back to these exciting guests, is commitment. And that's all. Once you have your plan and you know what you want and you put it all out on the table, is to commit to it and follow
Stick
through.
to it and
Stick
go
to
for it.
it,
Yeah.
And that includes committing to each other. So tying the knot.
What? No.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other questions? I know we only have a few more minutes, but did that help at all? Do you feel like?
Yeah, no, that's super helpful, and that's some of the things we've already been doing. But it's interesting to hear it more in a
System
structured
That's what I
way.
call it,
keychain
yeah.
worth of keys.
Keychains worth of keys. Yeah.
Um,
Have you guys had fights about money? I mean,
No.
no,
Never.
never. I know you've never had any fights, but
Right.
Yes, we have.
what's been your biggest area of contention?
Well, some of the stuff we've already talked about.
The wedding. or-
Yeah, I mean it's been kind of stressful, like figuring out what we want. But
Right.
no, we don't really
Yeah,
fight about
fair.
money that much actually, because like I said, we kind of spend money
Yeah.
in similar ways. She's very cheap, so it makes it easy. She loves getting a sale. She loves a discount.
And what I love more is coming home and bragging to Alan about it, because I know he'll be so proud of me.
Which is funny because I actually don't care either way, but she seems to think it's very impressive to tell me whenever
don't
she gets
care?
a good deal. No, it's nice.
You care.
I care. But the most important thing, though, is that we spend our money on good clothes so we look nice.
And match.
And match. We like to match.
Yeah, what's with the stripes?
Oh, I don't know. We just sometimes accidentally match perfectly
Amazing.
for camera.
You guys are gonna fit so well together. So, you're about to embark on this very exciting journey of your lives. Anything else any advice you wanna give? Because you've done some things really well so far.
Couples card.
The couples card.
We'll come back and let you know how that works out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Now, this is all within this realm of the financial G-spot, which is, if you forgot what that means or don't know what that means, this is where
Don't wanna know.
the specific area, that specific spot that you focus on, so that you can have financial abundance, financial ecstasy. You're watching the Financial G-spot here on the Whatever It Takes Network. I'm Robin Crane, and I will see you next week.